What is up, Vultures and new UNE? I am just a simple Newtype, and in this episode we are beginning our coverage of Gundam X Under the Moonlight. Previously in Gundam X, the Freedom Crew, SRA, and the new UNE rushed towards the moon, where they found the first Newtype named Dome. He told them that Newtypes are merely an illusion, and they aren't the next step in human evolution. The age of the Newtypes have come to an end. Oh wait, we're Bandai and we like money from spin-offs. We're back, baby! This time we meet the Mirage crew as they find a black Gundam X. The pilot was put into stasis and believes the war is still going on. So let's get into this. There was once a war that brought destruction and chaos to the people of Earth and space. 15 years later, many tried to bring back the war, but was stopped by those who piloted the Gundam. The year is now AW-24. The ship the Rosa Rosa and the Mirage, two Vulture crew, want to have a salvage match. The captain summons a boy named Rick. He has only been on Earth for a month, but today will be his first day as a Vulture. The captain of the Rosa Rosa is Rosa II. This will be an underwater challenge as they cross the Sea of Lorelei. The captain says that their pilot, Rick, is a veteran pilot. Starting with lies I see, he will be using the Dod Trap underwater type. The DT-6600 Dod Trap is a mass production mobile pod made by old UNE and used for space combat. It was, however, developed from a civilian pod. Its arms are Dotris arms. The main weapon is the 80mm cannon. The Dod Trap underwater type replaces the 80mm cannon with a propeller pod. It also has the arms of a Dasi. This is mainly used for underwater excavation. Two girls tease Rick over the comms. They dive and find a downed ship. Rosa calls dibs. She is piloting a Dasi 3. Suddenly, the two are attacked. It happens to be two Gundam Leopards. They destroy one of their Dasites with the cockpit barely hanging to life. The Gundam Leopards disappear. There seems to be two brothers hiding in the shadows. Rosa and Rick head into the downed ship, which still has oxygen. The men seem to be Rosa's former crewmates that betrayed her. Rick says that he works hard because he is always looked down upon wherever he goes, even in the colonies where he is from. The two find Gundam X hidden in the ship. The two brothers are still close by. They look inside the cockpit to find a Gundam mummy. A Gundummy, if you will. The cockpit is keeping the pilot in stasis. Oh well, screw it, wake him up. The man wakes up and says his name is Kai. He recalibrates the satellite cannon and fires it, destroying the ship and taking out the pirate. They wonder who this guy is. The Mirage captain wants him to stick around and answer some questions. It appears that Rosa likes Rick and he is oblivious to the fact. Rick learns that this is a black Gundam X. It is the same Gundam that stopped the 7th and 8th Space War. Rick doesn't seem to care about the past. Someone is giving a mysterious man in a suit intel about the Mirage. He is in a Genis Kai variant and is looking to sell the black Gundam. On the Mirage, they call themselves Newtypes, but it is just a stage name. Everyone on board is a circus performer on top of being a junker, while everyone gets what little scraps of food on board. A ship approaches. A man named Gaspa says that he has food that he could sell to them. They let him board, but he Trojan horses them. That's not food, that's a Genis Kai. There isn't much data on the RMS 006 Genis Kai Gaspa Custom, but its weapons include a machine cannon, a scissor claw, and a snare, which is kind of a whip. Gaspa shoots the captain. He says that the satellite cannon was fired. That means Dome is back on the moon. Kai gets into Gundam X. He doesn't care about these people. The captain tells Rick to stop Kai as he is a real Newtype. Rick says, wait, Newtypes are a real thing? I just thought that was branding. Kai activates like a sleeper agent and says, where are the rest of SRA? Bro thinks the war is still going on. He activates the satellite cannon. Rosa sees this off in the distance and heads towards their location. Rick is in a Dotris. He pushes the Gundam out of the way, preventing it from receiving moon power. He is then attacked by Kai. Rick sees an aura of hate that wants to continue mindless war. He suddenly wakes up. He was unconscious. Rick feels the need to help Kai. They are able to get to Gundam X and open the cockpit. Kai is passed out. He is holding the G-controller in his hand. Meanwhile, Rosa is bringing a G-Falcon to the Mirage crew. It has been 3 days. They are taking Kai to a Newtype lab. Kai finally wakes up. He demands his G-controller back. Kai walks off the ship. Something calls to him. It happens to be a Gundam. It is Gundam Belphegor. The GB9700 Gundam Belphegor is a Newtype use mobile suit from UNE that utilizes the Flash system. But this unit doesn't use the Flash system to control bits. This uses it to gain better control over its weapons and movement. This unit causes mental strain on its pilot. The heat wires are able to cut through bits no problem. Other weapons include strike claws in each shoulder, atomic scissors like Asteron, the sonic smasher cannon, a beam saber, and a buster sword. Rick has the G-controller, so he uses Gundam X. The captain tells everyone to evacuate the ship. The 3 twins that are a part of the crew are called Ni, Mi, and Ki. The 2 Gundams fight. Rick tries to activate the satellite system, but he is too close. Get some distance, son. That is when Rosa and G-Falcon comes in and docks with Black GX. The captain rams the Mirage into the Gundam and self-destructs as the G-Falcon gets the two out of there. Overlooking Gundam Belphegor, which survived somehow, are spies. They believe Kai is a true Newtype. A girl is overlooking GX. She wants to get her hands on it. Rosa tells Rick to stop whining. He says he wants to go back to the colony. He's originally from Cloud 9. She says, "You a bitch," and decides to handle GX herself. But when she goes to find it, the girl that was spying on the unit earlier steals it. Rick left the G controller in the cockpit like an idiot. The G-Falcon pursues the Gundam. Gaspa is having a nice cup of coffee when the Gundam does a flyby, spilling it all over the place. Classic. The girl crashes GX. She wakes to find Rick lording over her. Rick definitely ain't making eye contact here. While getting back the Gundam, Gaspa comes in with his Genis Kai to try to steal the Gundam once again, but Gaspa rushes towards Rosa and the G-Falcon instead. Without hesitation, Rick slices the Genis Kai's arm off. He once again lets Gaspa get away. The two learn that the girl's name is Mana. She asks of the relationship status of Rosa and Rick, causing embarrassment. Kai and the Gundam have apparently just been standing there this whole time. When a Genis Kai crew rolls up on it, they think they have similar goals and want his help in destroying the colony. The artificial satellite Baton was found in AW-22. A new collective was created between the colonies and New UNE, and they have been put in charge of the satellite. This has helped provide power to the people of Earth, and has become a symbol of peace between the two. This group with Kai seems to be trying to get the satellite system back up and running properly. Kai plans on getting GX back. Mana and Rose butt heads. Mana mentions she is from Fort Severn. She mentions the town going up in flames when she was a kid, which we saw in the anime. She plays up the sadness, but she really isn't that sad. Some vultures move in on Rosa. They are after the Gundam. Rick wants to try out Mana's idea, making Rosa super jelly. They were able to split up the Dotresses and lead them into a trap. He takes out each unit one by one. One attempts to attack the G-Falcon, but GX comes in with the save, doing a shark hit. They tell them to surrender. These people are part of a team trying to get the moon base back up and running. They failed, and Kai wants to go out on the next mission, but one man named Space Eye says there are other matters that he must attend to. They interrogate the men they captured. Rick notices the Gundam is now white. Rosa says the Gundam should be white, not black. Rick wants to find the remaining Mirage crew. Certainly everyone couldn't have died. They need comrades for what's to come. The Rosa crew have been taking on jobs, but they need money to repair GX. Mana has an idea. Space Eye shows Kai a cannon they made on the level of the satellite cannon. It was a gift from their sponsor. He introduces a new team that Kai will be working with. One teammate named Marcos asks Kai if he is a Newtype from birth, or was he awakened? He doesn't really understand the question. Kai distracts the men while the others move in. Space Eye is trying to bring back Dome. They are waiting for the Newtype to awaken, which he hasn't seemed to do yet. Gundam Belphegor tears through the mobile suit. One comes from behind to attack, but Marcos saves the day while losing his life. In anger, Kai uses his sonic chest cannon. The team heads to a market. Rick is certain that the Gundam Airmaster he is looking at is Linz, a former crewmate. And that will do it for our first dive into Gundam X Under the Moonlight. The pacing of this is a little weird. Having Kai call out to the Gundam and then it just being there is a little lazy, but it's not too big of a deal. Next time, the team meets with Lin. One of the Mirage crew members gets caught up with Space Eye, and we learn that Kai is a fake Newtype while Rick is the real deal. But that will do it for now, Newtypes. Remember, you can't kill the merchandising train with a good story that ends. Peace.